Hello and welcome to the Helping You Sparkle podcast with me, Delphi Ellis. Here you'll find insight, intention and inspiration designed to help you find your mojo and get your sparkle back. The information provided in this podcast is not intended to replace any medical advice. If you're worried about your health or well-being or engaging in any of the activities included in this recording, please speak to your doctor. This weekly micro podcast, which I've also called Monday Mojo across other platforms since 2017, is not affiliated with any other newsletter or podcast of the same name. For information about terms and conditions or details of services provided through the Helping You Sparkle portfolio, visit helpingyouSparkle.com. Monday Mojo, be the miracle. Do you believe in miracles? In a world that seems increasingly topsy-turvy at the moment, it can be an important part of our well-being to trust in the realm of possibility, to have hope, especially when things go unexpectedly off course. It reminds me of the story of Chesley Burnett Sullenberger III, whom you might know as Sully, best known for his actions as captain of US Airways Flight 1549. In 2009, when both engines of the aeroplane were disabled by a bird strike, Sully landed safely on the Hudson River with no fatalities. That's right, he literally landed a plane on a stretch of water as if it was a runway, and everyone survived. Remarkably, a number of rescue teams also happened to be in the right place at the right time at the exact moment the plane landed. Events conspired to ensure everyone was transported to safety. In every way you look at it, a miracle took place that day. We might place these events in the realm of a gift from a deity or the universe, though equally we should also acknowledge Sully's phenomenal skill and the rescue teams as a factor in the end result that day. Ultimately though, whatever we may believe, this shows us that incredible things can and do happen. Now, if you watch the subsequent blockbuster movie, the lead was played wonderfully by Tom Hanks, you'll know that despite his heroic actions, the story goes that Sully was then subjected to a gruelling disciplinary process where his pension was put at risk because the powers that be implied his landing of the plane on water in order to save everyone's life could have been avoided. Thankfully, Sully was able to prove he had no other option and no sanctions were levied against him. In fact, the one thing everyone seemed to agree on was that Sully uniquely showing up and being himself was what made the astonishing events of that day possible. These events remind us even today that when we think we've done our best, there will always be someone, maybe even oneself, who says we could have done better or expects even more. If you can relate, this might help. This week, maybe set the intention to be the miracle. I'm not suggesting that you try and land a plane on water anytime soon, but Sully's story demonstrates how important it can be to bring your whole self into each moment. I mentioned in last week's Mojo that sometimes we hide our light, so we may need to uncover the magic and let people see our brilliance. We often associate miracles as something that can come from a higher power or cosmic force, but that doesn't mean we can't still do our best to create our own. We can absolutely pray or meditate on our challenges, but we can also take inspired action to help us move towards the life we want to live. Maybe take some time to show some compassionate curiosity for why you do what you do and where you may need to make some meaningful change. With this in mind, Louise Hay argued that you can't change your life if you don't know what you think about it. Consider where your thoughts and beliefs might be steering you. For example, listen to your language, watch your shoulds, and how many times the word enough shows up in your vocabulary. How much criticism do you direct towards yourself? If you constantly feel like you're not measuring up, it might be time to check your yardstick and cut yourself some slack. On that note, maybe also think about what you can control and what you can't. In Sully's case, he simply did the best he could with what he had from where he was, and that was enough. Everything else, like the rescue crews being there on time, was out of his hands. If life's just been one big roller coaster lately or things have not gone to plan, it's okay to make time to nurse your wounds and reset and recharge for a while. Even on the difficult days, try to make room for possibility. Hope is the light in the darkness. Above all, remember it's okay to change course if things aren't going to plan. Weigh up what you need against how you feel and see which direction to take next. Then, when you're ready, reach for the sky. For information about more services available through the Helping You Sparkle portfolio, including my weekly newsletter Monday Mojo, visit helpingyouSparkle.com.